If you're looking for LLC startup business loans with no income verification, here is a review that you need to actually pay attention to. Number 10, we have Lyft Fund. Our score is 7.2 over 10. What we love about Lyft Fund is that they give you a lot of funding options for your LLC startup business, especially when you're looking for business loans with no income verification. And what we love here with the Lyft Fund is that the platform is really easy to navigate. You can apply like in 2 to 3 minutes. This is kind of cool. And they have a constellation of funding programs. So they have small business loans for LLC startup businesses. They have special programs for LLC startups. They also do SBA 504 loans and SBA 7A Community Advantage. And the cool thing about this Lyft Fund platform is that their customer service is it's really quick. They'll take care of you. The only problem is that they are geo restricted. Okay, this is why we are rating them a little low. So they are only available in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, New York, New Mexico, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. So that's about 15 states. Okay, but they'll take care of you. If you happen to be in that geography, then you really are good. So they have a LLC startup business loans, no income verification for commercial real estate purchases, for equipment financing, for inventory, for leasehold improvements, supplies, vehicles, and working capital. They'll take care of you, not a problem. So Lyft Fund, our score, 7.2 over 10. Number 9, we have here, Foro, our score, 7.7 over 10. By the way, I want to quickly welcome you back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Okay, so when we talk about Foro for your LLC startup business, you have the same way you have a constellation of funding programs. What we love about Foro is that they don't ask for no income verification. On top of that, they will assign a lender to you to kind of help you out, and you can actually access capital of $1 million to $50 million depending upon your business model. Okay, and they have streamlined everything for you. So you basically have one page online, and you just fill it. You just fill the information, and you're good to go. The only thing they need from you is they need to have a business bank account. They want to see your financial statements, your projected financial statements, because you are an LLC startup business, so you don't have actual data yet. And they also want to see your business plan. So you need a business plan for the LLC startup business. Okay, this is really important. But overall, Foro is a great place to borrow. And again, they're giving you 1 million to 50 million. There are cases where they will consider smaller amounts, like, from 10,000 all the way to 1 million. So they have programs for all kinds of LLC startups. So this is kind of cool. Foro, 7.7 over 10. Number 8, we have American Business Credit. Our score, 8.1 over 10. I want to quickly remind you, boss, of today's topic. We're talking about LLC startup business loans with no income verification. Okay, and when you talk about American Business Credit, here is a player who really is very friendly to LLC startup businesses that are looking for loans without income verification. And the cool thing about American Business Credit is that they will actually they have a different programs. So they do equipment financing, they do invoice financing, they also do regular loans. Okay, they also do business lines of credit. The thing is, you have to actually first, when you contact American Business Credit, they will ask you what kinds of what kind of LLC startup business funding you're looking for. Okay, whether you're looking for a regular loan or a line of credit or some kind of accounts receivable financing. In some cases, they'll also help you with merchant cash advances. So they're really versatile. They're very varied in terms of how they actually help you out. And the cool thing about American Business Credit is that their customer service is great. They'll get back to you real quick. They'll ask you questions, and they'll give you the requirements that you need to fulfill before qualifying for a loan. So American Business Credit, our score, 8.1 over 10. Number 7, we have Brass Financial Group. Our score, 8.5 over 10. Breast Financial Group in general is a nationwide expert lender for no-doc business loans, not only for established LLCs, but also for LLC startup businesses. Okay, they do no income verification loans. They do stated income loans also, and they actually have loan amounts that are very generous. They go from $10,000 to $500,000. This is really good, and there's no income required. The only thing is they will ask you for a high FICO score. So Breast Financial Groups want you to have a FICO score that goes from 650 to 720. That's the minimum. Okay. And with Breast Financial Group, you have fast approval. You have an easy process. We love that a lot. And they have highly competitive rates, and you can fund within let's say 3 to 5 days. So they're really, really cool. And you can use your LLC startup business loan from Breast Financial Group for a constellation of things. You can do capital improvements. You can do working capital. You can do inventory purchase. You can actually hire staff. You can do debt consolidation, and so on and so forth. Fantastic. Number 6, we have Payment Cloud. Our score 8.8 over 10. So when you think about Payment Cloud, this is one of the in our view, one of the ideal funding programs for LLC startup businesses looking for loans without income verification. So really, Payment Cloud is really cool. They have low doc business loans for LLC startups, but also established LLCs, and they make their lending process very simple and hassle-free. We love that a lot. And the cool thing is when you see a Payment Cloud over the years, they're constantly improving their offer. So we love that a lot. And one thing I want to say here is that when you think about Payment Cloud, you have to think about a player who understands how to talk to LLC startups. Okay, and with Payment Cloud, you have 3 specific types of no document LLC loans. You have LLC startup true no doc loans. You have low doc loans. You also have stated income loans. Anything, like regardless of the solution you choose, make sure that you are able to provide documentation in terms of your financial projections. They want to see something from you. And in some cases, they will want you to actually, again, connect your business bank account, like your LLC startup business bank account, to Payment Cloud system. Because that's the only way they have a visibility into your cash inflows and cash outflows. I mean, they know that basically you are an LLC startup business. So you have not generated revenue yet. You probably don't have a consistent stream of cash inflows and cash outflows, but they just want to have an idea of what they're talking about, like whether you have some liquidity, like some basic liquidity, or you are really broke. So this is what Payment Cloud does. But we love Payment Cloud in general because they actually they have a very simple process. They have streamlined approval. No documentation required. You have zero collateral for your LLC startup business. You have a very simple structure. You have flexible repayment, and you can get approved for multi-loans for your LLC startup business. So it's really, really, really convenient. So we love a Payment Cloud for that. Fantastic. They've done a great job in the last few years at making sure that they actually reach out to the right. And the cool thing is that they actually will reach out to LLC startup businesses, and they have no geographic restrictions. So they offer actually their loans, their LLC startup business loans, to all LLCs in the nations. Not a problem, okay? Whether you're in California or Texas or Rhode Island or Connecticut, whatever, they will qualify. Number 5, we have Funding Pilot. Our score 9 over 10. What we love about Funding Pilot is that they have a special program for LLC startup business loans with no income verification. As a matter of fact, they actually have so they call it their stated income line of credit for LLC startup businesses. And the thing is that they have a line of credit, but also have a loan, depending on how you want the whole program, the whole funding program to be structured. Okay, and so you have no income verification, no minimum time in business, you have no upfront cost or fees, no financial documentations, and you have an unrestricted use of funds. This is really good. And so when you think about Funding Pilot, you're thinking about a lender that actually will work with you. Everything starts with Funding Pilot. Everything starts by them asking you a series of questions. So they ask you about your LLC startup, the industry you're in, the state where you're incorporated in, where you're organized in. They'll ask you for your LLC formation documents to make sure you are legit. They'll ask you for your EIN. Okay, but once they have those preliminary, I would say, sets of documentation, they can start working with you. And if you want to know more about the whole process, I want you to contact right now 1-888-460-4518, 1-888-460-4518, 4518, so you can have a better idea. But so when we talk about funding pilot, I just want to specify they give primarily LLC startup business lines of credit, but you can actually ask them to structure the transaction to make it an LLC startup business loan with no income verification. So here you can qualify for a loan amounts going from $5,000 to $250,000, so $5,000 to $250,000. And as I said, all industries are eligible, no income verification whatsoever. You have no financial documentation. You have 0% interest rates for the first 6 to 24 months. But the other thing is you must be a legal U.S. business entity. So your LLC startup must be organized in one of the 50 states, okay? And they want you to have a minimum credit score of 680. And the thing is, in the event you do not meet the minimum credit score requirements, a co-signer who does not need to be affiliated with the business can be used to qualify. Number 4, we have LendYou. Our score, 9.1 over 10. So what is LendYou? LendYou is a great bad boy. I mean, we love LendYou a lot. And LendYou is basically a marketplace. So they're a loan marketplace for LLC startups, but also for established LLCs. Okay, this is kind of cool to really remember. And one thing I want to say here is that when you think about LendYou, I want you to think about a player that has been in the industry for a while. As a matter of fact, they have a network of lenders who are interested in LLC startups, and those lenders, actually some of them will actually offer you an LLC startup business loan with no income verification. Okay, and the cool thing about LendYou is that they are constantly revamping their catalog of lenders. This is kind of cool. And when you go through LendYou, basically you have one loan application form. It's like one page. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes. When our business clients do go through LendYou, it takes them 4 minutes on average to actually fill their application forms. And what happens here is that once you actually send the data to LendYou, LendYou will then dispatch your data to their network of lenders. And lenders who are interested in your profile, they will contact you directly. And this is where you take this is where you have the next step. And the first phase is like a soft pull. Okay, so you can see how much you can pre-qualify for and with whom. And once you know the lender you can pre-qualify with, then you can actually go with the process. So when we talk about LLC startup business loans, no income verification through LendYou, you can actually do invoice factoring arrangements. You have an ACH loan, what they call a ACH loan. You have that, and you also have business lines of credit. You have LLC loans. You have LLC like accounts receivable financing arrangements. You have equipment financing. So you really have a constellation of loans that you can choose through LendYou. Okay, and how do you choose your best loan option for your LLC startup, especially if you're looking for a business loan with no income verification? Well, you have to actually make sure that you check the lender. You want to check their reputation. With LendYou, you can actually get qualified for $10,000 all the way to $5 million. It really depends on the lender. So check the lender's reputation, check the APR, check the loan condition. Okay, how long they want you to repay, the monthly repayment, or every 2 weeks, or like think about those things. Those are important. Also think about the fees. Are they charging origination fees? Are they charging administrative fees? Are they charging other types of fees? So think about that. Number 3, we have Clarified Capital. Our score here is 9.5 over 10. So when you think about Clarified Capital, you want to think about a great lender for LLC startups that are looking for business loans with no income verification. And when we talk about Clarify Capital, they have different types of reduced paperwork business loans for LLC startups. So they have short-term LLC startup business loans. They have low doc LLC equipment financing arrangements. They have business cash advances for LLC startup businesses. They have LLC startup business lines of credit with no documentation. So they have also LLC business loans when it comes to invoice factoring. So there is no income verification. When we talk about income factoring, for example, you have to understand that the customer, the end customer, is basically the only criterion that matters. Okay, so your credit score doesn't matter, your income doesn't matter. The invoice factoring agency or the factoring company only cares about the credit worthiness of the account of the customers. Okay, and what we love about Clarify Capital is that they have reduced interest rates that start at 7% for their LLC startup business loans with no documentation whatsoever. You have a quick approval process. Same-day business loans are available for your LLC startups, and you have bad credit scores are accepted, and you have minimal paperwork requirements. So this is really good. This is really great. And so we have a quick online application. If you have a question or you have a comment or you have something clarified, you can actually drop us a comment below. We'll certainly answer you, or you can call Clarify Capital directly at 1-877-838-3919. 877-838-3919. Okay, and the good thing we love about Clarify Capital is that everything happens online. Everything happens online. You're not going to you can use the cash for a lot of things. Actually, you can use the cash for short-term needs for your LLC startup. You can use it for equipment and machinery. You can do payroll and taxes. You can do inventory, or you can just smooth out the cash flows for your LLC startup. So you do have a lot of choices. Number 2, we have Bitx Funding. Our score 9.6 over 10. So when you think about Bitx Funding, I want you to think about a great LLC startup business lender with no income verification. Okay, no revenue whatsoever. The only not a problem. The only thing is they want you to have a high FICO score. See, the thing is they don't care about whether you have revenue or not. They want you, the LLC member or the LLC founder, to actually have a high FICO score, and it starts at 700. Bitx can actually give you a lot of cash. They go from $10,000 all the way to $1 million. We have business clients who got actually some lending for their LLC startup through Bitx. Like they got like $900,000. Okay, but you got to have a high FICO score. And in some cases, they will want you to connect to your business bank account, like your LLC startup business bank account, to their system. That's the only thing. But 700, that's the minimum FICO score, and you can actually have and they want you also, that's important to mention. They want you personally to have at least $50,000 in valid personal income. Valid personal income. It has to be legit. They have to be able to verify it. Okay, and it's important. Otherwise, they have great loans. They have APR that goes from 8 to 15%. This is really good. Okay, and the cool thing here is that with Bitx Funding, you can actually get an LLC startup business loan, no income verification, or you can also get a personal term loan for business purposes. So you do have flexibility here. It depends on what you want to do. Okay, so this is kind of cool. It depends on what really appeals to you. But with Bitx Funding, you can have equipment financing for your LLC startup business. You can have invoice financing. You can have lines of credit. Okay, you can have accounts receivable factoring. You can even have SBA 7A loans. The only problem with SBA 7A loans is that they will ask you for income verification. They do, because this is a government-run program, so it's not run through Bitx. But overall, it's really great. If you are interested, email info@bitxfunding.com, or you can apply online also, or you can even call someone. Okay, as I said, number is 800-824-2407. Number 1, the best of the best when it comes to LLC startup business loans, no income verification. We have here Quick Loans Direct. Our score 9.8 over 10. What we love about Quick Loans Direct is that you can use their LLC startup loans, no income verification, to cover expenses, to purchase inventory, to expand, to pay bills and payroll, to run your business, okay? And so they actually have flexibility, and you can get up to $1 million. This is kind of cool. You have same-day funding available if you qualify, and they have an automated application when you really think about it, okay? And what we love is that with Quick Loans Direct, their LLC startup business loan application is fully automated. You get a quote in 5 minutes and fund it within hours, okay? You get a quote meaning what? They don't check your credit right away. They do a soft pull. And if you like what they offer you, you can basically just you can go through the process and they will do a hard pull. But you can receive an instant quote. What we love about Quick Loans Direct, we love three things with them. They actually give you an instant quote. That's number one. You can be funded within 24 hours. That's number two. And number three, their customer service is stellar. They will really work with you. They will assign you an advisor who will help you out. So they're really out there. They're really trying to pamper their borrowers to make sure that you succeed. So if you're an LLC startup business founder, this could be a great opportunity for you. Quick Loans Direct. Okay, they offer same-day funding, fast business loans for LLC startup businesses. They have a LLC startup business lines of credit. They have LLC startup business revenue advance. The cool thing is that they cover a constellation of industries, from trucking and transportation to online business, e-commerce, to equipment financing, to auto repair, body shops, to restaurant and bars, to they actually give to construction. If you are in a seasonal business, you can also qualify, not a problem, okay? And they will take care of, if you are a medical practice, they also will take care of you. So overall, great player. We'll love Quick Loans Direct a lot. So before we close today's conversation, I want to acquaint you with our approach when it comes to LLC startup business loans, no income verification. We do have a strong approach in place when it comes to evaluate, categorize, and list those loans. So please check this out. All right, let's quickly recap here. Number one, Quick Loans Direct, our score 9.8 over 10. Number two, we have Bitx Funding, 9.6 over 10. Number three, we have Clarify Capital, 9.5 over 10. Number four, we actually have LendYou, 9.1 over 10. Number five, we have Funding Pilot, 9 over 10. Number six, we have Payment Cloud, 8.8 over 10. Number seven, we have Brass Financial Group, 8.5 over 10. Number eight, we have here American Business Credit, 8.1 over 10. Number 9, we have here Foro, 7.7 over 10. And number 10, we have Lyft Fund, our score, 7.2 over 10. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.